of a sudden they'll become extremely concerned. All this while they were not concerned. You can go to hell, just do what I want, and that's it. You can just FO. But when they see that you are avoiding them, when you actually actively avoid them, then they are going to act as if they are very concerned about you. Hey everyone, I hope everyone is doing good and taking good care of themselves. So today I'm going to talk about weird and bizarre ways these narcissistic parents force engagement when you avoid them. You can have your own reasons to avoid them. Maybe they mistreated you, or they don't have solution for your problem, or in general you want some space. So when you avoid them, they see it as a threat, they see it as a red flag. Yeah, that means you're going off hook. You might just leave them, you might abandon them. Yeah, you might do things independently. You might do things all by yourself and not include them. So then they start chasing you. In general, these narcissistic parents you know uh, never leave you alone, and this is because they want to keep controlling you, they want to keep manipulating you, they want to keep gaslighting you. So if ever they see space and distance between you and them, they will bridge the gap some way or the other. Yeah, and if you had an argument or if they mistreated you recently, um, then they are going to force engagement, because you are angry, and that's absolutely natural and normal. But it's difficult for them to accept that they can be wrong. Yeah, they are entitled individuals, they lack empathy, so it's all about them. They are never wrong. You need to change, you need to think in a better way. You need to work on yourself. There's nothing wrong with them. Yeah, so these narcissistic parents have their own bizarre, unique ways to force engagement when you avoid them. The first way they force engagement when you avoid them is these narcissistic parents are going to call or text relentlessly, leaving multiple missed calls and guilt tripping voicemails until you respond. So they're going to keep chasing you. If they feel that you're avoiding them, again, that's a red flag. They are going to start chasing you. They'll, keep calling you. They are going to, leave multiple missed calls, guilt tripping voicemails as if they are dying, or, the world has come to an end, or something like that. And they are going to send text messages. They are going to chase you. They are not going to let you be silent. They are not going to let you avoid them. Yeah, because again, they breed for return. Yeah, and if they see that you are going off hook, if they see that you are not playing along, or if they see that you are silent, or in a way you are avoiding, they have their own unique way of chasing you and getting you back on hook. Yeah, getting you back on track. So these narcissistic parents are going to relentlessly call, text, send all those guilt tripping voice notes, voicemails, emails, all those sad emails and messages. I have seen some of these narcissistic parents putting up sad status messages on WhatsApp and on their Facebook groups and Instagram, and this is basically to guilt trip you. Yeah, I mean, if you see their status, you'll just come back to them. What happened, mom? What happened, dad? And all of it is to manipulate you. Why would someone put their emotions out on status? I mean, I don't do that. I do experience anger, rage. I do feel happy. I go through a lot of different feelings and emotions, but I don't put it on WhatsApp status. I don't chase people. I don't do that. Yeah, I mean, it's my business. I'll look into it, and I'll handle it all by myself. I don't involve others. These narcissistic parents are going to create drama. They are going to put up a show. Yeah, as if you have abandoned them, they are all alone, they are helpless, they are the victim, and you are the abuser. Yeah, and then out of guilt and shame, you take their call, you communicate with them. Yeah, but they don't genuinely communicate with you the way how healthy parents do. Yeah, they will only call you relentlessly or text you relentlessly when they feel that you're going off hook. Yeah, it's a kind of a, I mean, their way to, assure themselves that there's nothing wrong, he's not running away, there's nothing wrong, she's not running away. Yeah, I mean, in healthy relationship there's no chasing. Yeah, you know what you can, I know what you can, you know what I can, and I mean, I know what I can. So in healthy relationship there is no chasing, but with these narcissistic parents, they are going to chase you, they are going to force engagement when they feel that you are avoiding them. Yeah, because they want to know anything and everything that is going in your life, they want to know anything and everything that's running in your head. That's it. Because then all of that information is going to help them strategize things better for future. All of that information is going to help them have more manipulation tactics when it comes to manipulating you and controlling you. The other weird way narcissistic parents force engagement when you avoid them is by suddenly becoming a concerned parent, yeah, about your well-being. And they'll be like, oh, I'm just checking in. Oh, I was just worried. Did you have food? Oh, I was just worried. Did you wear clothes? Oh, I was worried. Did you, do this? Did you do that? So, all of a sudden they'll become extremely concerned. All this while they were not concerned. You can go to hell, just do what I want, and that's it. You can just FO. But, when they see that you are avoiding them, when you actually actively avoid them, then they are going to, act as if they are very concerned about you. They are going to talk about your mood, your feeling, your emotion. Did you eat? How's your work? How's the weather? All of that, superficial bullshit, things they are going to, ask you. Nothing substantial. Yeah, because all what they want to know is whether you are on hook or not. That's it. What's actually going inside of you is none of their concern. They're not concerned about that. What they're concerned about is whether at all you are on hook or not, or you are just leaving or running away. That's it. Yeah? That is their way of probing and finding out whether you are still on hook or you have, left and you have, moved on in life. The other weird way these narcissistic parents force engagement when you avoid them is uh, by using birthday, holidays, or special occasions as excuses to reel you back in, making you feel obligated to respond. So normally they are going to avoid you, but if there is a festival or if there is a celebration or a birthday that's coming, and during that period they see that you are avoiding them, then they are going to reach out to you. Oh, I thought of wishing the granddaughter this. Oh, I thought of wishing the daughter-in-law this. Oh, I thought of wishing you this and that. And that is their way to reel you back in, and also gauge whether at all you have gone off hook or you are still on hook. So they have their own way to make you feel obligated to respond. Yeah, so it's festive, it's holiday, it's celebration, it's birthday. So I need to be a part of the family, I need to respond to them, and I can't avoid. Yeah, so that's how they make you feel obligated. Yeah, and that's how they reel you back in whenever they feel that you are avoiding them. The other weird way these narcissistic parents force engagement when they feel that you are avoiding them is by sending nostalgic messages about good old days to manipulate you into feeling guilty for staying away. Yeah, so these narcissistic parents are going to put up messages, or they're going to send you messages, nostalgic messages. It was so good when we all were together, loneliness hurts, and this and that. And this is basically to make you feel guilty for staying away. Yeah, so that they can have you again. Yeah, and then what happens, the drill. Once they have you back on track, they'll screw you royally. They are going to you know uh, really extort things out of you. But in the period when you are off hook, or when you are avoiding them, they have their own unique way to manipulate you. And one such way is by sending nostalgic messages. Family is everything. In family everyone should be together, life has become so busy, family is no more family. And this is basically to trigger you, this is basically to guilt trip you, for staying away, you know for avoiding communication with them. The other weird way these narcissistic parents force engagement when you avoid them is, by demanding explanation for your silence, twisting your boundaries into proof that you are cold and ungrateful. So they are going to, pretend as if nothing happened, and then they are going to reach out to you, and then they are going to tell you, why are you not reaching out? Why are you not speaking to me? What's wrong? You're so ungrateful. You hardly care about me. First, they are going to abuse you. When you respond in the natural manner, when you protect yourself, when you respond, when you avoid them, then they are going to again force communication. They are going to reach out to you, and they will demand an explanation. Why are you silent? Why are you avoiding me? Yeah. And if you tell them, this is the reason why I'm avoiding you, then they are going to play victim, and then they are going to blame you. Then they are going to guilt trip you. They are going to shame you. They are going to tell you, throw all kinds of labels at you, that you're cold, you're ungrateful, you're, you know, effed up, child. And, you are all by yourself. You're in your own world. You hardly care about your poor parent and all of that. So these narcissistic parents, have their own unique way of forcing engagement whenever they feel that you're avoiding them. The other weird way these narcissistic parents force engagement when you avoid them is, by playing the victim in front of the others and telling others how much they miss you, to pressure you into breaking no contact. So they are going to summon their flying monkeys, enablers, and they're going to weep and cry and howl, oh, she's forgotten, he's forgotten. Others are going to reach out to you. Have you forgotten your mother? Have you forgotten your father? How like, evil can you get? This is horrible. This is so bad. This is so ungrateful. You're so heartless. How can you do that? Poor parents, you don't speak to them. Yeah, and these enablers and these flying monkeys are not concerned in knowing, what you went through, or, how you were treated by your narcissistic parent. But they are going to, yap what they have to, all that crappy things, all that, guilt trips, and all those, statements that you have forgotten, and this and that, they are old, and this and that. And all of it is basically to, pressure you into breaking no contact. Yeah, pressure you into, breaking the silence, and pressure you into communicating with them again. The other weird way these narcissistic parents force engagement when you avoid them is, by sending you guilt ridden voice notes, pretending it's their last message to you, only to do it again next week. Yeah, so they will keep on sending you voicemails and sad voice notes as if it's their last message. They're about to die, and you are going to miss me. You only have one mother. You will never have a replacement. Who needs another horrible mother? I already had a horrible mother. And in future in life, I don't need another horrible mother. Or, I don't need any mother. you know Once bitten, twice shy. I don't need a horrible father again. I already had my share, and I'm done with all that, parent and all that BS. I don't need, another version. I don't even need a healthier version or a good version also. To hell with all those things. I'm done with it. I'm saturated. Yeah? So these narcissistic parents are going to, send you, guilt-ridden voice notes that I'm on deathbed. Come and see me. Help, help. I mean, I have seen all of these, BS in my family, in, others' family as well. So, they have their own weird unique ways to, reel you back in. They have their own weird unique ways, to force engagement. The other weird way these narcissistic parents force engagement when you avoid them is, by sending you random money or gifts, and then demand gratitude and shame you if you don't respond. So they are going to, send you gifts or send you money, and, in a way they demand, gratitude. They want you to respond with gratitude and forget everything whatever happened between you guys, and, respond with gratitude. And, if you don't respond, then they are going to shame you. Look, I sent this. Look, I sent this much money. Look, I sent this card. Look, I sent that. And she's shameless. She didn't even respond. He's shameless. He didn't even respond. And the entire circus and the entire ecosystem will be like, yeah, 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 this is so bad. Oh God, he's so horrible. She's so horrible. And all of these, narcissistic parents, flying monkeys, enablers, their golden child, all of them will be like, yeah, oh God, I'm so sorry, your child is really bad. You send them card, you send them money, you send them gift, and they didn't even respond. How ungrateful. Yeah. So all of them are going to shame you, criticize you, speak shit about you behind your back. Yeah. And this is how they reel you back in. This is how they force engagement, by sending you things which you have not asked for. Yeah. I mean, if you are avoiding them, so they are going to send in gifts, money, and if you don't respond because you are angry, which is absolutely natural and normal, then they are going to again shame you, target you, and do all sorts of things. And meanwhile, when they are doing all of these things, their flying monkeys are never going to leave you alone. Their golden child, their enablers are never going to leave you alone. They are going to keep calling you, they're going to keep guilt tripping you, they are going to keep pressurizing you to start your communication with your narcissistic parent. The other weird way narcissistic parents force engagement when you avoid them is by showing up at your home or work unannounced. Yeah, acting like it's loving surprise instead of a boundary violation. You need to understand that they feel entitled on the inside. They really don't care about your feeling, your boundary, your emotion. They are just not concerned about it. So they are going to show up unannounced at your work or at your home, and they are going to mask everything as if they are concerned about you, rather than actually accepting that they are violating your boundary. If you have not called, if you have not invited, they shouldn't show up. Yeah, but they take it for granted and then they show up. And if again you argue or you tell them something, again that victim mode gets activated, and then they are going to create a scene and scenario, and then they are going to further torment you, shame you, guilt trip you, do all sorts of things. So these narcissistic parents will show up unannounced. Yeah, when you are avoiding them, just give room and space. If someone is avoiding, let them process, let them work things out in their own way. Yeah, however they wish. And please, why are you forcing yourself? Yeah, because you don't want to lose the supply source. Yeah. So these narcissistic parents have their own weird shitty ways to force engagement when you avoid them. Yeah, even though they are the reason, they mistreated you, they abused you, they misbehaved with you. But rather than seeking an apology, rather than seeking forgiveness, they start forcing engagement, they start forcing themselves onto you. The other weird way narcissistic parents force engagement when you avoid them is by creating fake emergencies, like suddenly being gravely ill but miraculously recover the moment you engage. Yeah, I'm on deathbed, and then all of a sudden you feel sorry, you feel guilty, and then you interact, and then again they are all right and they start treating you like shit. Yeah? So they have their own unique way of calling you back and reeling you back, and then again mistreating you and taking you for granted. The other weird way narcissistic parents force engagement when you avoid them is, of course, using their flying monkeys and enablers, yeah, relatives or friends or your sibling, yeah, to guilt trip you with messages like, how could you do this with your own mother? Oh my God, how could you do this with your own father? You have one father, you have one mother, all that bullshit. And all of it is basically to guilt trip you so that you crawl back to them, you forget everything, and you go back to them. Yeah, you don't demand apology, you don't demand an explanation, you just go back. Yeah, because if you don't go back, if you don't respond, others are going to also judge you, label you, or ostracize you, or abandon you. So you don't want to be isolated, so you crawl back. Yeah, but as how we heal, as how we mature, you know we don't crawl back. Some of us just leave. Some of us just maintain that no contact. No contact is to protect yourself. Yeah? No contact is not to hurt anyone. No contact is to protect yourself from being hurt further by your narcissistic parent. And the last weird way these narcissistic parents force engagement when you avoid them is by stalking your social media, commenting on random posts with things like, I guess you have time for them but not for your own family. They do this. They leave no opportunity to guilt trip you, yeah, and shame you and make you feel obligated. Yeah, because they don't see you as a separate individual, they see you as an extension of themselves, and they think they can just do anything and get away, saying, well, I'm your father, I'm your mother, I did this, I did that. So these narcissistic parents, I mean, I have seen some of these narcissistic parents are into stalking, your account and profile on social media, and then they are going to like your post, they are going to comment, like, guess you have time for all these things, but you don't have time for your poor mother. You have time for your family, but you don't have time for your old mother and father. So they will do anything and everything to reel you back in. Why they go onto your social media? Because they want to shame you over there also, they want to guilt trip you. Yeah, I mean, your friend circles are going to ask, oh my god, your mother was commenting so and so. So they have their own way, to screw your life from all corners. Yeah, and that is the reason I emphasize on going no contact. Pink rock, blue rock, gray rock, nothing works. Boundary, I mean, using boundary, nothing works. These are entitled assholes, demons. They don't understand boundaries. They will keep violating your boundaries. So the best thing is going no contact. It's painful, it's hard, it's difficult, but that's how you'll be able to live, some of the best years of your life. Otherwise, you are messed. I mean, you are broken beyond repair if you don't choose no contact, or if you don't choose low contact. Yeah, so yes, these were some of the weird ways these narcissistic parents force engagement when they feel that you are avoiding them, or when you genuinely avoid them. They don't like you avoiding them. They want your attention, and they want you to admire them, they want you to keep tending to their needs, wants, requirements, and that's it, and not expect anything in return. Yeah, I just gave birth to you, I just did the best I can for 3 4 years. Now it's your time, you carry the burden, not me. I carried the burden for 4 years, I want you to carry the burden in return for 40 years or 50 years or 60 years. That's how selfish narcissistic parents are. So yes, these were some of the weird ways narcissistic parents force engagement when you avoid them. In case if you would like to add in something, you can always comment below. Till then, take care of yourself. Lots of love and blessings to all of you. Bye.